this is the streamer like Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of episode of X-Men 97, episode 7. Episode 7, season 1. Rogue's Revenge and the Hunt for Bastion's puppets. So here we go, guys. I really enjoyed this episode because we saw a lot of things going on in this episode. A lot of things in this episode, like we saw how Rogue is still doing mentally and emotionally, and she's doing not so great. She's still devastated, and quite frankly devastated and heartbroken by the fact that Gambit, her newly discovered love of her life, is dead. Is dead because of the attack. Because of the attack that happened in Kenosha by Bastion's sentinels. And the best way that Rogue can, the best way that she can channel her pain and tears into and anger. And anger is, she basically leaves the X-Mansion and goes on her own and hunts for Bolivar Trask, who is the scientific or the scientist or the developer that we saw, or scientist that we first saw in the first episode of X-Men 97, where the big Sentinel assembly line machine, or the big throne sitting Sentinel machine was, just basically creating Sentinels by like baking bread. Was making sentinels like it was like the Sentinels were a piece of very good baked bread. But anyway, that was the last time that we saw him. By the end of the first episode, the team were able to defeat the Sentinel machine and its Sentinel offspring, but in episode 7, up to this point, we don't know where we up to this point we don't know if Bolivar Trask escaped the factory in the first episode. In fact, we find out that he did, and that the team is looking for him. But Rogue, she's seeing blood in the water, like blood. What I mean by blood, she's seeing red, meaning anger, meaning blood. She wants revenge. She wants vengeance on Bolivar Trask, and perhaps for her good, for the sake of her mindset and mental health, she wants to get revenge on Bastion on Bastion. So, out of anger and sadness and just pure ang- mad angry adrenaline, Rogue goes by herself and flies to a military base where it's believed that Henrik Heydrich, the dirty, uh, underhanded special agent from the government official, was said to be hiding at. But that wasn't the case. But anyway, Rogue decided to destroy the military base anyway, even though she didn't find any trace of good old Henry Heydrich, the government official. Meanwhile, back at the X Mansion, or back home in the X Mansion, the rest of the team are looking for Bolivar Trask, who again is the scientist that created the Sentinel machines, the Sentinel head throw, the king, the throne, the king Sentinel machine, and the Sentinel and overall the Sentinels themselves as well. But they're still looking. The rest of the team are still looking. There's no sign of Bolivar Trask to be found. So then we cut to Rogue again, and she finds herself in a very, very chilly place. I want to say the Rocky Mountains, or somewhere like that. Or somewhere like that. But this is where she meets Cold America. This is where she has a meeting with Cold America. Meaning, this is where she meets up with Captain Rogers. Yes, guys, that Captain Rogers. You got it right, Captain America. This is where Rogue meets Captain America, and Captain America tells Rogue to stop, to control yourself, to control herself and her anger, and to calm down. And Rogue says, "Well, Captain America, what are you doing? What are you doing here?" And Captain America says, "I'm looking for Hendrik Heydrich too, for a different reason, but still, I'm with you. I'm looking for him too, but for a different reason." And Rogue was like, "I don't care about Cap, I don't care about the reasons why look what you're searching for Hendrik, but I'm looking for Hendrik because he took away he took something away from me, meaning Gambit. Gambit. Meanwhile, meanwhile, a second team, or a second unit of the team, meaning Beast, and meaning Beast, Cyclops, and Jean are sent to, or they travel to Kenosha to see the aftermath, the aftermath of the attack on Kenosha, when Bastion and his sentinels decided to burn, or almost leave Kenosha in ruins. And yes, but with all the destruction that had occurred, there are survivors, but there's not a lot. A lot of fellow mutants died, and in fact, Jean and Cyclops are deep in a cave, deep in a cave where there could be survivors, or a clue to where who the attack was from, which we all know, which we all know by the end of my episode 5 review. I told you guys that it was Bastion. But anyway, so Jean and Cyclops were searching in a cave for survivors, or in a cave for survivors, but also we were looking for clues. And in fact, they did find a survivor. Find a survivor in the cave, trapped in the cave. But as Jean and Cyclops were searching for this survivor that they eventually found in this cave, Jean was starting to have telekinesis headaches. The type headaches that would trigger future painful memories, and Jean was like, I see, pain and death. And obviously Cyclops was like, Jean, are you okay? And Jean was like, I see pain and a lot of suffering. Meanwhile, Beast Beast is just Beast is Beast is gathering some stuff from survivors and cleaning up debris and 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 a reporter from a reporter from the local news station that had interviewed Cyclops at the beginning of the series or the beginning of the season was like to Beast, is there anything that I can do and help with? And Beast was like, yes you can, and yes you can. And the reporter was like, can we talk? And Beast without saying these actual words, he said, there's no time for... We can't have a conversation right now. We don't need to have a conversation right now. We don't. Then... going back to Captain America and Rogue, Captain America told Rogue that Henry Heydrich was hiding or like the chicken that he is in a very undisclosed location, in a very secretive undisclosed location. So after hearing this, Rogue went to this undisclosed location, which in fact, guys, it looked like a peaceful retreat. A peaceful retreat where Rogue just took her anger on a guard, I believe, on a guard of that undisclosed retreat where Hendrik Heydrich was hiding at. And like I said, Rogue killed a guard who she believed was Hendrik. But she killed him with such brutality and such in a graphic way, in a brutal way. Basically what Rogue did was I want to say that Bastion, that type, that light from Rogue's eyes came out her eyes that looked like light coming from Bastion himself, and she actually killed the guard. Killed the guard. And by this time, Nightcrawler Nightcrawler, Cyclops, and Jean, and Beast, Beast were were searching for Rogue's whereabouts, and they found her, and they found her, and they found her, but but then Rogue just after killing this the guard was like she started crying out of fear, like fear of, oh my God, what did I just do? I didn't know that I had this type of power within me, and she was like scared, and she was crying out of fear and and just terror on herself. And Nightcrawler and Jean and Cyclops were there to comfort her. Were there to comfort her. Now, at the same time, Jubilee and Ricardo were on their at the same time as this was as the situation as the situation was calming down with Rogue. Jubilee and Ricardo were on their way to Ricardo's home country, Brazil. Because Jubilee had convinced Ricardo to tell his mom, and the rest of his family, that yes, that mom, yes, I'm still your little little boy, but I'm a mutant. I'm a mutant, and my name is Spotlight. So Ricardo and Jubilee went to Brazil. When Ricardo and Jubilee went back to Brazil, and Ricardo confronted his truth, and basically told his mom that mom, I'm a mutant. And to Jubilee's and Ricardo's surprise, his mom kind of acted kind of good to the new she took the news kind of well. And Jubilee was like to Ricardo afterwards, you see your mom, yes, your mom said okay, said Ricardo, honey, it's fine, you're a mutant. I might not be totally comfortable with the fact that you are a mutant, that you have powers that I can't understand, but I love you. And Jubilee was like, you see, your mom was like very kind of accepting the fact, accepting the the new you, the new you, and Ricardo was like, Jubilee, you're right, Jubes, you're right, Jubes, but Ricardo was like, this is, even though my mom is kind of okay with the fact that I'm a mutant now. I just don't feel that quite. I don't feel that good and quite trust my mom's word that she's kind of okay with it, because I know that she might. I know that she's pretty mad or upset and sad that she now has a mutant as a son. And Ricardo's mom was like, "Why don't you stay? Why don't you stay with? Why don't you stay here for a little bit, Ricardo and Jubilee? Like at their house for a little bit." And Ricardo and Jubilee were like, okay, we will do that. Then the team, then back in the expansion, the team got a video message from guess who? Bolivar Trask. Bolivar Trask, the creator and mastermind of the Sentinels, and he said in this very intense and dramatic video message. I didn't want anything bad to happen in Kenosha. I didn't want calamity to happen in Kenosha. I was just following orders from Mr. Sinister and the main dude, which in Oliver Trask's words is Bastion. And both Mr. Sinister and this main dude, aka Bastion, use me as a pawn. Used me as a pawn. And I can't go on with this intense and extreme guilt that I'm feeling. Guilt that I'm feeling over the damage or over the catastrophe that happened in Kenosha. So the team was able to track the transmission or track the video message from its origin. So the team comprised of Cyclops, Wolverine, Rogue, Jean, Nightcrawler, Beast, and Storm, were able to track the video transmission, the origin of the transmission, and when they got to the building where Bolivar Trask made this video message to them, Bolivar Trask was about to jump off, to just jump off. But then Rogue was like, no. No Bolivar, no Trask. You have to answer to me. You have to answer to me. Rogue said, you have to answer me. You have to answer to me, Trask. And then Rogue grabbed Bolivar by his coat, by his scientist coat, and just basically wanted some answers of you, thanks to you, Gambit, my Gambit is dead. Fried chicken. And the rest of the team were like, Rogue, chill. We can chill. We're going to get through this together. Like, we're just gonna interrogate. We're gonna interrogate Bolivar Trask together, and we will find his co-perpetrators and get them to justice. But Rogue was seeing bright red, blood red. She could smell blood in the water. And she said, and Rogue was like, Rogue to Bolivar Trask, you killed Gambit. You took Gambit away from me. You and your sentinels. And whoever your main dude is, meaning Bastion, I am going to get him. And just break his neck. And by the way, I don't forgive you. I know you're begging me for clemency and forgiveness, Bolivar Trask. But did your sentinels have any clemency and any mercy for my Gambit? No. And the rest of Kenosha? No. So then in a blink of an eye, Rogue did the unthinkable. She let go of Bolivar Trask, and Bolivar Trask fell to his his untimely doom. So we thought. Then all of a sudden, as Bolivar Trask was falling to his untimely doom, Bolivar Trask's physical appearance changed into his face turned white, turned ghostly white, and ugly, like a disfigured ghostly white color, with his eyes were bright yellow. Yes, bright yellow, and he, in fact, I would call him a sentinel. Yes, a sentinel zombie. Yes, guys. In fact, yes, I'm gonna call it a sentinel zombie, or a, as a matter of fact, I have a different term. A marble zombie. A marble zombie. A marble zombie. Yes, a marble zombie. But so with the team, after seeing this, after seeing Bolivar Trask fall to his untimely doom, so they thought. Then they see his face, his physical features change, and his face turn white as ghostly white, and ugly like a undead zombie, and his eyes were glowing yellow. They were like, oh my god, I think Bolivar Trask is the prototype. Is the prototype host, or prototype sentinel of a new breed of sentinels created by the main dude that he has the orders from, meaning Bastion. And then after seeing this, the team tried to fight off this Bolivar Trask, the undead sentinel host sentinel. But then they try their best, but they quickly learn, the team, that Bolivar Trask is not the only one. Only zombie sentinel host vessels. It's the whole. It's everyone across every person on the street of that building, which in turn makes the rest of the team think, oh my god, with the people on the street turned into zombies too. Plus, Oliver Trask. Not only this street that where we found the building where we found Oliver Trask at. The whole world is the whole population of the Earth is in trouble. So that's how. So with that being said, guys, that's how this dramatic and awesome episode 7 of X-Men 97 season 1 ends. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Leave a like and let me know what you thought of this episode, episode 7 episode, and what would you have done? What would you have done if you were Rogue? Would you have let him go of Oliver Trask and just see him fall to his death if he didn't have the ability to become a zombie? Or would you let him live and be interrogated by the rest of the team? So with that being said, guys, thank you. And guys, remember, leave a like, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!